I've gotten a few questions about how to root things into water, so I just wanted to follow up on the previous video with a little bit more detail. Here's a plant that I took a cutting from a while back, and it's just been sitting in a beaker, but it could be a juice glass or an empty water bottle or something. And you can see those roots coming off of the bottom. So you can take a lot of plants and just stick them in water like this, and then they'll develop roots like that. This has been in for a couple of weeks. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks, depending upon the kind of plant, before you start to see those roots develop. You want to get them well developed before you try to put them into soil. I wouldn't transition this one yet into soil. I would go ahead and leave it here in the water, let those roots get a little bit bigger and stronger first, just so that the transition to soil is smoother. Another plant that's really easy to propagate in that same manner is African violets. And with African violet, you can just pop a leaf off like that. And you just want to make sure that the end of the leaf is underwater, but the rest of the leaf needs to be above water. So you can see the blade of the leaf isn't wet. Otherwise, it can mold and it can cause problems for you. This is one that we did a while back. So here was the original leaf, and you can see the little plantlets now. Once you get a bunch of roots onto that African violet leaf, you can go ahead and plant that just so that the roots are buried, but the rest of the leaf is above the soil line so that you can make new plants. And this is both a pothos and a philodendron in this jar. They've been rooting for quite some time. You can see they have a significant amount of roots. So to bring this to the plant swap, you have choices. You could put it into a pot and go ahead and bury those roots into the soil and then bring the pot with you to the plant swap, or you can just use a Ziploc bag. So I've taken one out of that jar where I was rooting them. You can see it's got some really nice healthy roots. So I'll take a wet paper towel. I've already wet this paper towel down on the day of the plant swap, and simply wrap that gently around the roots so that the roots are surrounded by that wet paper towel. And then I can put the whole plant into a Ziploc. Makes it easy to transport, and I'm less likely to spill water. You can bring it in the bottle with the water, but you can just do this, and now you've got your plant, and the roots are healthy and happy and wet, and they'll stay wet the whole day. Happy propagating!